Hey guys, what's going on out there? YouTube land, Triforce Hunter Coin Halo Gaming on the air, and I'm your host Triforce Hunter, and we're here today with a first look of a game that dropped earlier today on the Nintendo eShop, called Suits Valken Declassified. Just a little bit of backstory on this particular game. This was originally a Super Nintendo game or Super Famicom game that released in Japan under the original name. It was then censored out for international release, which was basically released in Europe as well as the US. In those two regions, when it was released under the name Cybernator. So those two different names were existent there as far as that. So it was Assault Suits Valken in Japan, and then it was Cybernator in the US as far as it was concerned. It was then re-released as a physical copy of the game on the PlayStation 2 not too long after that, in areas such as Australia and other regions that were outside of the US, as well as Japan. But it was still basically just a port of the same game for the SNES on the PlayStation 2 as far as it was concerned. And then, of course, now that they've re-released it again for the Nintendo Switch, this is basically the declassified version, which is basically, in a nutshell, a uncensored version of basically the game that came out for Japan, but they just basically say, hey, this is director's cut. We're just not going to take anything off of there. So we're going to leave it like it is. So that's what they kind of released here. I'm super excited to go in and play it. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into it. And let me just say hi to folks in the chat here. We got Radical Honey Badger Gamer. Hey, says hi. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the first look. Isaiah, welcome to the first look. Says he just posted a new TikTok. Awesome. I will eventually get a chance to check that out. I'm typically not on TikTok at all, but I will go in and try to hunt you down and look at it. But then again, third ado, let's jump on in here and take a look at this awesome game here. So we're just going to jump right on in. Now, I have been playing a little bit of it earlier today, but I didn't play too much of it. Because like I said, it's just basically the SNES version of the game with all the new translated dialogue from the Japanese version over into English. So we got the game that starts here. We got an image gallery. We got a music player. Got a movie gallery, which is basically the bonus video and replays from Satoshi Naki interview, as well as the game playthrough. So you can actually kind of get a little bit of a walkthrough and whatnot. You also have the staff credits there, and then we've got the game options there. So we're just going to go ahead and take a look at the game options here. We got the game volume at 70%. I'm probably going to boost that up to like maybe 80, just for a little bit, just to make sure it's okay. We got the language to English. We can, of course, change it back to Japanese, but we're just going to leave it in English because we want that translation. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right into the game here, because this first look, you know, it's not too bad. I'm gonna basically play it until either I get killed 1 or 2 times and run out of continues, or I basically get probably like maybe stage 3, stage 4, kind of see what happens. And as you can see here, play the game, an action shooting game in which players control a mecha called Valken, an assault suit, through a total of 7 stages, released on December 18th, 1992 by Masaya. So that was released in Japan, because later in April of 1993, that's when Cybernator was released to the US. So that was pretty much, you know, maybe give or take. No, I'm not going to math today. It's probably maybe 5-ish, not 95. So December, January, February, March, April. So about 4 months later when it came out. So we can go ahead and jump in here real quick, take a look, and we're gonna see what it do here. Let it go through its intro there. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may not. And I think what I might also do is I might actually make a side-by-side comparison of this particular game when I have some time. You know, basically play through the first stage, maybe do the intro and then go play through the first stage, whatnot, and then do the same thing with this one, and then just edit the video where it's pretty much a side-by-side to where y'all can just look at the two and see what the differences is between them. Aesthetically, they're practically all the same for the most part, but like I said earlier, apart from the actual English, Japanese to English translation, you know, it's going to be a lot different. Hey, what's going on, JP? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, man, I told you, bro. I told you. I'm going to get this game. I'm going to get it. So, yeah. We're going to jump in here and take a look at it. Me and Good Talk HQ, we were already conversating about the, some of the little bit of the differences between the two. And he had some information he put out there, and I had some information put out there. But like I said, I was gonna pick up the game from the Nintendo eShop when it came out. I didn't even know it was out until Good Talk had went in and mentioned it in one of his sales videos that it had released today, and I completely forgot about it. So I said, like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pick that bad boy up since I had like around $25 still left on my Nintendo eShop account. So I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and jump in there and grab it and see what I'm looking at. I've played the original Super Nintendo version of this on the emulation station. And like I said, it just basically at the same time, I was just like, oh, okay, it's pretty much the same thing as Cybernator. The dialogue was pretty much the same. The cutscenes and whatnot were still the same. It's just, Japanese versus, English. That's all it was. But I did, like I said, I played a little bit of it today just to kind of make sure I got the feel of the controls, like where they were. And I did notice that some of the, not really cutscenes, but like some of the interactive dialogue scenes were a little different. And a little bit more animated than it was for either one of the Super Nintendo counterparts. So just as soon as the intro finished up, we're going to go ahead and jump on in and take a look at it. This game also is priced at $24.99 on the Nintendo eShop, and this is actually an exclusive to the Nintendo eShop. You're not going to find it on Xbox Game Pass. You're not going to find it on PlayStation Network. It's only exclusive to the Nintendo eShop for right now. So if you guys want to get it, you got to have a Switch to play it, unfortunately, until they go in and put it out there. But again, $24.99 for right now. To me, if you played the game before, well worth getting. But if you've played the game before and you want to go in and just kind of wait and just pretty much get like a, wait till it goes on sale or whatnot to get it, I definitely recommend that too. So we got the inside the game options, we got the name entry, so we can go in here and actually change. Oh, I didn't press start and went out of it. I'm so sorry. Let's get back in there. Let's see if we can get that to go. Okay, so I'm supposed to be able to, I think that's the, oh, there we go. So you can change the name. Of course, by default is Jake, which we're going to leave it right there at default. So we're going to go back there. And of course, we can set the message speed to low, fast, and then of course, stereo to mono natural or stereo. We're going to leave it right where it is. We can go ahead and come out of here. And we're going to go ahead and jump in this gameplay real quick. And here we go. Let's go get it. Like I said, I'm going to play it all the way through until maybe I get to like the third stage. Or if I get killed 3 times, or use my continues 3 times to do whatever, whichever comes first. We'll see what's up. JP said, "Cool, man. Happy to see you got it. I appreciate it, man. Like I said, man, to me, it's a classic. It was one of those games that my uncle showed it to me, and then I was like, oh man, this is cool. And I'm, when I finally got it, I got it, and then, I loved it ever since. It's hard. It is hard. Trust me, it's hard, but it is definitely a great game. So yeah, definitely go ahead and pick that up." Might not even play it all the way through the third stage. Might just play it like the second, give or take. So you do have different options you can go and use. So you got your primary weapon, which is the Vulken gun. If you hit your X button, you can actually switch between all your weapons that you do pick up. There are various power-ups you can get. So you have start off with the Vulken gun, and you get a punch. Usually you use the gauge. The longer the gauge is out, the more powerful the punch is. And then you pretty much just kind of like a, almost in a sense like a little bit of a running gun there. Just gonna go ahead and just get some stuff destroyed there. We're gonna blow it up. And then of course, if you hit your R button, you're gonna basically put up your shield to block against most of the attacks without any damage. But then sometimes you can block an attack and it will do damage, like chip damage to you. Hey Wes, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day so far. All right, these chips that you'll see, they'll have different letters on, like P or H. P is pretty much a power chip, and as you can see, right underneath right next to the gauge, you'll have a number, and that's basically the number of chips it takes to power up the weapon to the next level. So once you do get enough chips to power your weapon to the next level, the weapon will upgrade in power, and also will have additional abilities. Like for example, if you power up the Vulcan gun to like level 2 or level 3, instead of the bullets just pretty much hitting the target, it'll actually bounce off the walls and whatnot. So basically ricochet in a sense. Enjoying dinner and relaxing with the stream. Oh, I appreciate it, sir. I'm glad you're here to enjoy the stream. Appreciate you. Hope dinner is pretty good, you know, because I just got to eat dinner myself, and I was watching another streamer earlier today. They were streaming Twilight Princess, and they had me pretty entertained. You'll also get different other chips. They'll have like a H icon on it, which is basically for health. That'll replenish your health. And then you'll also get, in later stages, you'll get an chip icon that will have a W on it, which is a new weapon. Once you get a new weapon, it'll pretty much give you the description underneath your score about what that weapon is. And of course, it will also have its own chip requirement to go in and get it powered up. Like this right here, that's for health. I'm gonna pick it up and get my health back. And go from there. You also have a dash button, which usually should be your A button. And of course, you jump with B, fire with Y, and you can dash with the A right there. And of course, if you jump and then you press the jump button again, it'll basically initiate your thrusters. You can pretty much hover for a little bit, but if you hover too long, it'll overheat, as you'll see right here. I'll just demonstrate. It'll flash OVH, and then you won't be able to hover again for a small amount of time. A little bit of a setback, but you know, just, you know, kind of keeping the balance there. Hey Aiden, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you have an awesome day so far. Go ahead and grab that. So now I just upgraded my weapon to level 2, so it is ricocheting and it will do a little bit more damage, and so forth, so forth. So you just keep doing that. You can also cycle through when you get those power chips, and cycle through and actually put those power chips on other weapons, such as your punch or any other brand new weapons you get, and that'll allow you to go in and get those powered up as well. So you kind of want to pick them up wisely, but you also want to pick them up pretty quickly, as they do not stay on the ground for long. They will pretty much disappear on you. If you hold your L button, you can pretty much strafe, so you can pretty much lock your weapon into place and shoot. So you can angle your gun using the up and down directions, and then you hold your L button, and you can pretty much strafe in any direction. Well, not any direction per se, but back and forth, and not have to turn around while you shoot it. So you can pretty much keep a lock on stuff and go, and it goes both ways. So you go up and down. I can put my gun down and just strafe, and it still won't do anything. So good to know with that. So I think we'll go ahead and jump over here. I think we're going to get to the first boss here. Let me go ahead and take this out real quick. Now, this is the only difference that I also see from, not only a difference, but one of the other differences I see from the Japanese version versus the American version is that in the American version, there's dialogue and it pauses before you get started with this, where in this version, you pretty much just jump in there and you start fighting the boss while the dialogue's going on, which is really the way it should be, because you're in a mech, you're getting real-time communication, and you should be just pretty much kind of thrown in the action. So you just want to jump in there and just get the fighting while you're having folks talk to you. So that was the first stage. Like I said, real easy, you know, nothing too hard, nothing too complicated. You pretty much can get through that without a problem. So we're just gonna go ahead and move on with the next stage. Go ahead and jump into that. Once we get to a stopping point of this, I will go through some of the settings that are in the game, because this pretty much was made by also, I guess, kind of co-produced by M2, which if you guys are familiar with M2, they are the ones that are commonly the company that goes in and puts out all the little collections, such as like Gradius, the Gradius collection, the Contra 35th anniversary collection and stuff. All those pretty much games where they go in and put like all the retro games, such as those from all different systems and arcade types, onto the system, and then you can just pretty much play them in their entirety, pretty much within what I would call their proprietary emulation. Really good job that they did with that. So we'll go through the options with that, because this game does have save state and load state status on it, so you can go in and save at any given time, as well as load once you load the save states. Once you have them, you record gameplay video to replay later within the game, as well as various other settings such as resolution, the borders, all that good stuff. But like I said, we'll jump into that just as soon as we get done doing a little bit of this playthrough here. I'm trying not to run through it too fast, because I want everything to kind of go. I want to kind of pick up all that dialogue and stuff too. Now this game, if you haven't played it before, it is pretty much, in a sense, I would consider what I call a mech survival. And the reason why I say that is that you only have one life, and you only have one life bar. Once that life bar gets depleted to 0, you pretty much are going to have to start the level all over again. But you also don't have any additional reserve men or players per se. So when you die or get destroyed, it's immediately directly to the continue screen, and then you can either continue or you can let the countdown go to 0, and then you can just get a full-on game over and just start the game over from there. You do get 3 continues to go in and try to complete the game. After those 3 continues are exhausted, then it's just instant game over on your last player. Good old awesome game overs. We love those. Not really. So there will be stages where, kind of like at the beginning of this one, you'll be on the rocket booster pack and you'll just be flying along. You can free control with it. Then you'll have areas like this where it's no gravity, so you can pretty much still kind of control, but you don't have any precise control like you would have with the rocket pack. And then there's areas where you'll be going through terrain and you'll be in what is called a limited dash. So basically, or speed stage or speed scroller. So your dash will be initiated constantly, and you'll just be dashing along. And you'll basically will have no control to decelerate, but you'll have the ability to kind of jump a little bit higher and dodge stuff. Anybody have to go help little man with some homework? No problem, JP. Appreciate you dropping in for a little bit. You have yourself a great evening. I have the stream running and listening in the background though. Okay, no problem, man. No problem. I won't be streaming for too much long because, like I said, I just want to kind of do a first play here with this. Just give a little bit of a taste to everybody that wants to take a look at it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night early, because even though I'm only working a small shift tomorrow, I do have a lot of errands I want to take care of before I take the weekend off, because I definitely want to try to catch up on a lot of streaming and a lot of content I need to try to get on top of, because I didn't get a chance to do any of that last weekend, because I don't know what was wrong, but I just was not motivated at all. So enough about that. So we got that second boss taken care of. I made it look easy, even though I was getting my tail handed to me, but I made it look easy. One Crummy Gamer, welcome to the stream. How you doing, bestie? With the chocolate heart loves and the cookies in the chat. I love you. Welcome to the stream. Hope you had an awesome day. Since you just joined us there, One Crummy, we're over here taking a first look at Suits Valken Declassified. It was a game that was released in Japan originally for the Super Famicom system. That was censored, was later sent to the US as the name of Cybernator, and then re-released again on the PlayStation 2 in Japan, as well as other regions such as Canada, Australia, and whatnot, and now has just gotten a re-release again, uncensored, for the Nintendo Switch. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I do appreciate you taking a look at this game and what I do. You guys got 4 likes on the stream. Greatly appreciate that, guys. Definitely keeps me motivated. If you guys are new to the stream and you like the content or any other content that we have on the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button and stay belled up, so that way whenever we have new content or we go live, you are notified and you can jump in and hang out with us. We do nothing but have vibes here and just chill out game, and everybody's welcome to hang out. We don't judge, we don't criticize, we just have a good time. You geek out, be yourself, talk about anything and everything you want, and just keep it moving. You know, we just like to keep it nice and mellow and nice and vibe. As you can see, One Crummy Gamer has her own channel as well, but she is just like Good Talk HQ. Both of them are also moderators on my chat. Very awesome people that create content as well. As I said before, Good Talk HQ puts out sales videos for anybody that wants to save a bundle of money on games and have good games to play at the same time on the Nintendo eShop if you're a fan of that. So if you guys want, you can check out his channel. His link should be in the description below in the video. Definitely go by and show him some love there. I don't think I have Miss One Crummy Gamer in my description in the link below. I don't think I do. And if I don't, I apologize. I should have that in there. But since she is a mod, she is more than welcome to go in and drop the link to her Twitch as well as her YouTube channel. So for those of you that want to go in and check her out as well, the Cozy Gamer herself, feel free to go in and check her out. Hit that subscribe button, show them some love to their channels, and tell them I sent you, even though we're right there and they hurt me tell you sent you. But that's just how I am. Bring it on. Share the love. Share the love. That's what we do. We grow and grow together. All right, so we're gonna go down here, and this is what I talk about the free. Well, you've already seen the free gravity move, but you know it's like you go through here and you just go around. You can also dash by double tapping in the direction you're going, pretty much like a traditional, you know, beat 'em up type game where you know you just double tap and you pretty much are sprinting. Get me some health there. Go ahead and pick up that awesome power chip. Now later, there's another game that I would love to go in and take a look at, but I was kind of on the fence about buying it. But we're gonna see how that goes later in the week. It was also, I can't remember the name of it. I have it on my save list. Matter of fact, oh, I remember now. It was Carino Origins. Again, another awesome game that dropped out today. That was on Good Talk HQ's sales video. I was gonna pick that up today, but I had to choose between that and Suits Valken. So obviously you see what I picked today is I went ahead and picked up Suits Valken. So I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to get it picked up, and then I'm gonna hopefully try to stream some of that gameplay. Hopefully tomorrow before we start our Fiesta Friday Mario Party Superstars stream, which will be taking place at 8 o'clock tomorrow. So those of you that want to play as usual, if you're familiar with it, just hit that friend request on my Switch. Friend code's at the top of your screen there. You can go in and send me a friend request, get already invited in, and that way if you guys want to jump in tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we start playing Mario Superstars, you are more than welcome to jump in. Hopefully we're going to get a couple of games in tomorrow. Hopefully we will. Since I don't have to work a heavy shift tomorrow, so I can actually come home and get a little bit of rest in before I go in and do it to it. Okay, there we go. Hey, 1000 Star, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Mr. Fade Master himself. Hope you're having an awesome day so far, man. Ugh. Landmines. Well, I wouldn't call them landmines per se, but they're already there. And for those of you that joined me yesterday for the Super Cyborg stream yesterday, I greatly appreciate you guys being patient with me as I was playing that game, because oh my goodness, that I didn't realize it was going to be that hard playing it on normal difficulty. Had I known that, I probably would have gone. It definitely turned it on easy, but you guys stuck through it with me. I greatly appreciate that. If some of y'all were here this morning, I did start streaming it earlier again this morning to finish it out. And of course, I can't believe it took me literally almost an hour and 45 minutes to do it, but we got it done. So I'm not gonna be mad at it. Ooh, did not need to hit that. That was kind of ugly. Ooh, definitely need that health. They definitely try to keep with the old school anime style comm links, pretty much similar to like Robotech and whatnot. So they did a very good job doing that. 1000 Star said multitasking is always. Yes. Life just would not be the same if you're not multitasking. Now this game also does have two different endings. It's a good ending and a bad ending. And it all really depends on a couple of key features in the game that you do, basically missions. And this is kind of one of them. If you fail to go in and complete this particular mission, which I'm about to get my butt handed to me, then ultimately you you will get a bad ending. But if you do complete all the missions successfully and then you finish the game, then you do get a better ending. Woo! Better not run into that because that could be very ugly. I got 1 minute to get this done. Will I make it? Will I make it? So we got 1, 2, there's like 4 engines left. Oh, leave me alone, I'm working on it. There we go. And there we go. Mission is complete. Alrighty, so we got that mission done. I'm not gonna go in and play this one any further than what it is right here. Oops, the wrong button. So we're gonna go ahead and take a look at the commands that they got on, or basically the options they have for this particular game with this stuff. So that's said, we got save states. So I'm going to actually save it right here. Of course, it gives you 10 slots to save. So we can go ahead and just confirm that save there. So that's there. Of course, you got your load save state. You have your game settings. This will allow you to go in and change the direction of the angle of your gun as well as the gun speed, which I'm assuming that's basically going to either be like the slow, normal, fast, or fastest. That's basically for the I'm thinking either for the movement or the speed or the speed or rate of fire. I'm more likely going to think it's just the movement. Then, of course, the 8 directions or the only up and down gun angle. That's pretty much where you use up and down, or just the different 8 directions with left, right, and whatnot. You got your controller settings as usual. You got 4 different types. You got the A type here. Well, I'm gonna go in here and go look at it. So we can go to custom, where you can make any kind of custom adjustment to it and do what you need to do. You have your A type, B type, C type, and D type. So that's pretty good there. So you have your screen settings here as well. You got your standard, which has got the border on it. Then you have the pixel perfect, and then you have the full screen, which pretty much put it right as what it says, full screen. So we can put it back on standard for right now, because it's going to do that. So we can turn it on to CRT, where you get those nice, awesome, faded out scan lines and whatnot. You can also do smoothing, which that is already on, but you can also turn it off. You have retro color, where you can leave it where it is, or you can just kind of let it go to whatever. They don't have this retro color, I guess is what it's called. Then you also got the scan lines. Obviously, you know what scan lines is. Basically give you the feel of what it would be on our CRT monitor. Okay, so you have your wallpaper, which is the borders. It's already on design. Then you have character, which is actually pretty awesome looking in its anime style drawing. And then you have mechanic, which is basically them working on an actual suit in the background. So we're going to put it right back on design there. Go back out of that. Save replay movie. That, of course, that's pretty much self-explanatory. You can go in and save a replay of how long you played. So basically, where I played it all the way through, I should be able to save it right here. And then I should be able to go back and basically play it from wherever it was. Reset game, obviously self-explanatory. Back to the title, self-explanatory. And return to game, which basically just takes you out of the pause menu and, of course, takes you right back to the game. So that'll be that there. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to exit out of this, because I'm actually running a little longer than I want it to. Go back over here. Go ahead, we take a quick look at the image gallery here, so we'll just kind of glance through it there. So we got the image collection, game manual, official guidebook, and then CD booklet. So we can go ahead and take just a quick glance at the image gallery real quick. Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. I like it. So I'm just gonna go over through just a few things, just quickly go over them. There's the game manual. Just kind of flip through it real quick. Again, as you can see, for the release for the Super Famicom. But this is just the unedited version, not the censored version that they already had put out once before and then re-released the Cybernator in the other regions. As you can see, it's all Japanese text there, so that everything was translated. And you can pretty much go in and zoom in on the dialogue. You can zoom out. You can also reset the camera. You can move the camera. I'm assuming that's for the images, because I can't move anything. But we're going to go back out of that manual. We're going to flip through the official guide, which I like that model. I'm not going to lie. I like that. Tales of Master Soldiers. So we get into the strategy guide about the controls, different levels of punches, different levels of missiles, lasers, and the napalm. Which is actually a secret trick. I don't know if they kept it in the Valken version of the game, but in the Cybernator version of the game, if you start the game and you go through the first mission without damaging anything, like literally, like you don't blow up nothing, you don't shoot anything, but when you get to the boss, the only thing that you destroy is just the engine block itself, which is the main boss. If you manage to destroy that without destroying any of the gun turrets that fall during that battle, and you manage to destroy the engine, when you start the second mission, you actually get the napalm gun free to use on every mission going forward, and it is unlimited ammo on it, and it is already pretty much capped at its strength. It's pretty powerful, and well worth it to get if you can get it, because it makes the game a lot easier if it's already hard. Let's see, we got the Sparky Chang. Hi Triforce, hi Crumbs. Just curious, what's the uncensored part? Did I miss it? The only thing that's uncensored in this particular game is pretty much the dialogue, and then the animated picture comms that they have during the battle. Like, I've already played it all the way up to a point, I think it was like up to mission 4 or 5, where one of the Valken suits that was piloted by what was in the US version was Apollo. I can't remember what it was. I think it was Tiki or Ricky in this particular version of the game. Went to go intercept 2 suits that were already coming through the atmosphere. But in this particular version, in the comms, usually when it happened in the US version, it would just say this guy is fast, and it would just go wow, and then you don't hear nothing else, you don't see anything else. But on this particular version, when he says it's too fast, there's actually a picture of him, of the pilot, actually kind of bloodied up from damage and whatnot, and then there's a little bit of dialogue where, you know, he's not really physically seen being killed, but you know he's on the verge of being killed, and then the comms just go offline, and it's a little bit more detail as to why they weren't able to get a hold of tracking for that particular pilot or whatnot. That's just what I've seen different so far. Like I said, that's a lot of the unedited stuff that they left in there versus what they had left in the original censored version of Cybernator. But like I said, stay tuned. Later this week, I am going to do a side-by-side where I'll play the intro and then pretty much all of the first stage. Maybe I might even go as far as playing all the way up past the 4th stage, and then do the same thing with the Cybernator version of it, play it all the way up to the 4th stage, and then just go edit the videos together so that way you guys can kind of see the difference between the uncensored version and the censored version that they released in the US, as well as what they had in Japan. So just stay tuned to the channel. When I get that done, I'm gonna get that uploaded. I'm definitely gonna have plenty of time to do that this weekend. Once I get off work and get stuff settled down. So I'm gonna be working on that because I got my Raspberry Pi already fired up, and I'm gonna get some gameplay footage, and then, like I said, I'm gonna pull that up together. So the CD booklet basically is just the booklet with all the soundtracks in it, or the music that's in it. All the name titles of the songs that are in the game are there. Give a little story about the characters and whatnot. Now, this is another thing that's different. The names of the characters are a little different in the uncensored version versus the one that's in the US. Like in the US version of Cybernator, the heroine, which here in this particular version is named Claire, but in the US version, her name is Crea, which is spelled C-R-E-A. That's one of the other differences that's in there. And then, of course, you got General Geltz that's in there, and then Beldark, which they managed to stay the same and whatnot. But again, some subtle differences, a lot of stuff that they added in there that's not there, but you know, it's kind of there. That's false advertising almost. I don't know how to really respond to how that would be false advertising, because you know, when things get over to the US and other seas, they censor the mess out of it. Nintendo's very, very well known for censoring stuff out of context that don't matter. So we got that. We got the movie, not movie, but we got the music player, so you can actually pretty much listen to the entire soundtrack either in its original soundtrack, or you listen to it in the basically not really rearranged, but the remastered version of it in the original. And of course, the movie gallery, that's where you can go in and listen to or look at the Satoshi Nakai interview, as well as going with the gameplay through as well, which is pretty much doing, from what I see, pretty much as far as where it'll go. So right now it's only just one particular stage, which is funny. I don't know, it's based on, I think that's probably just based on the save files of the videos that you save within the game, and then you can just replay those here. So that's pretty much what that is for. So, in conclusion, Assault Suits Valken Declassified, $24.99 on the eShop. This is completely exclusive. Unless you're a diehard fan of the game, when it first came out of the SNES and you just kind of want to sit down and just play the game and see what the difference is between the two, and you hadn't already played the version of it that was already released in Japan, originally on the Super Famicom, by all means, go ahead and grab it. If you like the game or whatnot, and you just don't want to go in and pay that $24.99 price on it, I do also recommend going in and waiting for the price to kind of drop on it, or maybe perhaps wait for it to go on sale. Preferably, I know for most places, I would probably wait for it to get down to like between the $5 and $10 range. But, you know, considering the fact that it's just launched, I'm not really sure if it'll actually do that or not. But you can always put it on your wish list, and then just wait to see if you get that email to see what it goes on sale for when it does go on sale. And just make your discretional decision as far as that's concerned, whether they're going to pick it up or not. Like I said, me personally, I love the game. I played it since I was a kid. I was completely already into it, so I'm already, as you can see, I already picked it up. But I wanted you guys to see it, see what you guys thought. If you guys have already played it, kind of see what some of the differences are, if you can already see it. And then y'all can kind of make your decisions on that there. I just thought like it was really fun to go and showcase it real quick and let you guys take a look at it. Hey, Jonathan Vasquez, how you doing, sir? Hope you're having an awesome Thursday evening. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching the first look of Assault Suits Valken. We will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow for Fiesta Friday Mario Party Superstars. Again, if you guys want to join that, go ahead and send me a friend request if you haven't already. You can always catch us at the stream with the friend code at the top screen when the stream starts. You can go in and send us a friend invite. We get you in there, and you can go in and join the awesome shenanigans. I'm pretty sure we're going to have the usual people in to play, like One Crummy Gamer, and Coin Halo will be joining us as well to go get it done, and we'll go in and have somebody else play with us as well, and then we will play a second game where we can get a lot of, try to get for more of the viewers to kind of come in and get a chance to play with us. After that, just a real quick heads up, we will still be doing Monday Madness on April the 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Even though that is my daughter's birthday, she definitely wants to go in and actually still want to play Mario Kart on the stream like we normally do. So we will still be going in and doing that on Monday at 8 p.m. as usual, have our Mario Kart Monday Madness. So if you want to join us for that as well, that again, that's when we're going to go in and have it. Hey Jeffro, how you doing? Nah, I rested. Rip, we're too late. Yeah, man, I was just doing a first look at Assault Suits Valken real quick, and I was gonna try to go ahead and get it off there, but yeah, man, sorry, my bad. I wish I could have made it longer for you. But you guys, again, have a wonderful Thursday evening. Thank you so much again for you guys coming by, checking everything out. And we will see a lot of you tomorrow. But until then, love, peace, and chicken grease. We're up out of here. Peace.